Now, this morning, of course, for Women in Entertainment, we welcome a new kid on the block. Of course, we are coming to you courtesy of our new friends at Send Home. Now, there is a new kid on the block with for those with family members in South Africa. Send Home is a digital-first remittances company that will make it easy for you in South Africa to send money back home to your loved ones in Zimbabwe and make sure that you are helping them to build on their dreams and ambitions. Of course, we will be letting you know how else you can, of course, access that channel of prosperity for your family. But know that when you send your money with Send Home, you can receive it at any ZB branch or even cabs, and your life is made so much more convenient. Now, they've enabled us this morning to sit down and talk to a phenomenal woman. I smile every time I see her because she is a ball of energy, so much love, so much light radiating from her. And she is, from international catwalks to what can we not say about her? Also the founder of one of Zimbabwe's most authentic Zimbabwean luxury cosmetic brands, that is, of course, House of Langa. She is amazing in the kitchen as well, if I may say so myself. She is a woman who wears several hats. I am talking to Langa Swanda this morning. We all know her as Langa, our own supermodel. Good morning.
Morning,
How are
morning.
you?
I'm wonderful. You?
I'm brilliant. Thank you so much for joining us.
You look gorgeous.
Ah, look at you. Look at you. So when you say that, then I'm like, oh yes, it must be true. Langa, you've had such an amazing journey in not just the entertainment space, but entertainment and lifestyle.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, as you sit down today, what is one of the biggest lessons that you've learned from your entire career?
I think not to listen to what people say. Because if you do, you don't live up to your dreams. Because sometimes we fear so much and we have self-doubt because someone says, oh, Candice, you can't do this, you can't do, and then you stop. And you stop yourself from being flourishing to be the best you can possibly be. So I don't listen to people.
How long did it take you to get to that realization?
Oh, very long. My whole teen life was about, I'm too scared to go out, I am too tall, I'm too thin, I'm too everything. And then when I was at university and I started modeling, I realized that actually I was beautiful. I wasn't the boy that they thought I was. I was a woman, a full-blown woman. But it took a while, and in my 30s, I actually came to realize that whatever it is, I have flaws. I call it flawsome. I have flaws, but I'm awesome anyway.
Flawsome. That's a new word. I like that. I like it a lot. How did you actually end up in modeling?
For me, I went to a modeling school because I felt like I was super awkwardly tall. And I knew after university I needed to do interviews and find a job, but I couldn't hold a frilly top, a skirt. I thought I needed confidence just to be able to wear things that were feminine in that sense, because I'd become a tomboy. Right. So when I was at the agency, they saw whatever they saw of me, they loved and adored, and they pushed me forward. I started entering competitions that took me to places that I never thought I would. Because I'm a girl from Kezi in Matabeleland South, you know. I never thought I'd be in any big stage in any way or form. So yeah, modeling came to me when I was at university, but my parents, of course, were never like happy clapping for it. Old school parents were like, don't you dare, you know, your degree first. So yeah, which I did, you know, yeah.
How did the girl from Kezi reconcile that, you know, taking on the international platforms, taking on the international stages, you know, the tall tomboy people thought was a boy, and now she's flourishing on all these major catwalks. How did you reconcile that in your mind?
I pinch myself every day, even up to now. There are certain things that happen to me now in my age. I keep thinking, this can't be that girl from Kezi. I think you have to transition and allow it to happen. I had a strong family that kind of put me back to ground every now and then, like Langa. So I never let it get into my head. I allowed it to happen in the sense that I knew who I was grounded, I was level-headed. That came from my strong family background. But I think you have to be able to know that at the end of the day, you have to live with other people and you're a human being first and foremost. That love, that grounding, I think keeps you balanced and you are able to take on whatever role that comes your way. And I managed to, yes. I mean, it wasn't time of social media maybe, where popularity is like massive, and it was just Yeah, I think it was at the right time for me and the right season for it to happen. So I was able to grasp it and took it on my, on board.
And then you said, okay, I'm going to go back home and I'm going to start my own brand of cosmetics.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make everything in my kitchen.
Yes.
Langa.
Talk
about big, hairy dreams.
Absolutely, yeah. That's exactly what it was. Because when I was modeling, I found that there wasn't enough shades for my dark skin. And I thought I was beautiful. And it was dark, it was beautiful, but something was lacking.
Right.
And I thought in the 21st century, why should that be? Why should I be donkey grey or orange or when I could literally be who I am?
Right.
So I decided I will take the big brands head on. I was discouraged. Some people said, oh, there's big brands, well established, well loved internationally. Who do you think you are? I said, I'll find my space. And I did. And I found my space. And our brand is growing organically. Every year we see amazing women getting their confidence back because it leaves you knowing someone thought about you. Black skin is not an afterthought.
Right.
It should be put forward,
Right.
And for me it wasn't just about making money, it was solving a problem that had sat with me for such a long time. It became a pro-dark skin makeup. And I remember working with you saying, Candice, I want to do makeup, a foundation for you, I want to do lipstick for you. Because I felt like there was a lot of rather people were being marginalized and you are one of those, and I'm thinking, no, we don't have that. We want to be an inclusive brand, but let's put our skins first. And that's how it came about.
I love that. I remember the first time I visited you and you were busy in the kitchen and you and you said to me, no, I get everything locally, and that blew me away.
Yeah.
Why was it important for you to actually make sure your ingredients are locally sourced?
I think it's because we have such amazing ingredients here in Zimbabwe and in Africa in general that the rest of the world comes in and taps into, and then they go out there, they make the most, and they bring it back to us. Why do that when we have enough in our doorsteps? And also, I genuinely think it's nice to create jobs for ourselves. It's nice to have manufacturing within our space, adding value to very humble ingredients and making them to international standards. All we have to do is to keep that word standards. It doesn't matter where you make it from, as long as you realize that it's for other people, it has to be done in high quality. So yeah, I put that very much importance that we need to make products that are of high quality, locally made, locally sourced, to increase our own base, and we can take them out of Zimbabwe and take them to the world rather than the other way around.
The other way around,
yes,
absolutely.
We need to be manufacturers because we can.
And Langa, now I've seen you in spaces where you really walk young ladies through the various stages of their lives in different spheres altogether entirely. Why is that an issue that's important to you as well?
I think for me, self-acceptance and accepting who you are is so important because I went through life for part of my life, not knowing who I was. And it wasn't a comfortable space. So when I see a young woman or someone thinking I'm not good enough, that is where I step in and make sure someone realizes their potential and live within their purpose. So I enjoy that because I didn't have as many role models or mentors in my life. Yeah, my mom was, but when you hear it from a mom, sometimes you think, what can she do? She loves me anyway, But you need someone outside your own space that actually recognizes and taps into your potential. And that's what I do.
Langa, we love sitting down with you all the time, and you and I stories never end. But thank you so much for sitting down and waking up so early with us this morning.
I love mornings. Thank you, Candice. Thank you for having me.
You made her go and meditate. We interrupted her meditation session this morning. But we are appreciative for such friends who come through and sit down and share their inspiration with us. And of course, remember that this episode was brought to you by Send Home, your remittance partner of choice, helping you create those channels of prosperity for your family back home here in Zimbabwe.